if you've got neurodiversity, you're almost certainly going to struggle with this pattern. And I call this pattern the captain and the giant. So I want you to imagine a ship. And on this ship, there's the bridge. And in the bridge is a captain. And the captain, smart cookie, well-read, well-educated, has ideas, can do all the reading and writing stuff, talks to other people, has got radio to talk to other captains, and has all the plans for life. This is all about productivity and stuff. So this is where you're like, oh, I'm going to go and, sail to South America and trade spices for silver, which in the real world might be, I'm going to make this project happen. The captain then goes, that lever that you get in ships where you pull it back and then you push it forward, and that somehow tells the engine room that you're supposed to, full steam ahead and whatever. So you do that with ADHD. You go, yeah, full steam ahead, and absolutely nothing happens. Or you have a meltdown. And, well, you have a meltdown because the captain is like, why is nothing happening? Now, that captain, take him to the edge of the bridge and look out at the ship. That ship is being run and looked after by a giant. That's like the crew. Let's just call him a giant, though. And that giant is really big, like way bigger than the captain. And that giant looks up at the captain in the bridge and just goes, I do not care what you're saying because this ship is on fire in a storm. And that giant is just trying to keep the ship afloat. That's where your body is most of the time if you've got ADHD. You're in a fight-flight mode, and that giant is like all your unconscious processes that are really busy trying to regulate your basic energy levels and make sure that you're surviving and that your balances of different hormones are okay. It's fighting a fire all the time. It's swamped by this storm all the time. It doesn't care what the captain says unless it happens to be a calm day. And then that's fine. It'll listen to what the captain says. But the problem here is that those two have stopped talking to each other. That's the pattern I see with clients all the time. Because the captain is busy saying, hey, we need to be more productive. We need to do this. We need to do that. Let's I've got this vision for life. I need to make this vision happen. And then feels really betrayed when the giant says, piss off, I'm busy. But the giant's also really pissed off with the captain because the giant's like, listen, mate, can you stop bothering me with your plans? Because I've got this ship to put out and we are about to sink. Like, stop bothering me, go away. Or better yet, come up with a decent, sensible suggestion that I can actually use. But over time, because these two are in this sort of conflict and they're always talking about separate things, they lose trust with each other. And then they stop listening to each other even when they have something relevant to say. So even when the captain has got a good idea about, how you might look after your physical health, the giant is so used to ignoring the captain that he just ignores the captain all over again. And the captain just stops listening to the giant to be like, hey, captain, there's a time and a place to make a suggestion. Tune in. So with clients, what I focus on massively is building relationship between the captain and the giant so they trust each other again. And when you can tune into yourself, because the truth is that you think you're the captain most of the time. Most of us, our conscious minds, our storytellers, that's all captain. So you're busy being like, oh, I need to do this and I need to do that, and this is my identity. It's not. Your giant is busy doing loads of stuff. And your giant is way bigger than your captain. And in a fight between the giant and the captain, the giant always wins. You can't make the giant do something that it doesn't really want to. You have to work these two together. You've got to come into a relationship with them. And how to do that, well, that's a complicated thing that, I spend ages doing with my clients. But as a metaphor, as a foundational pattern to understand about why the lived experience of ADHD is so hard, it's the captain and the giant have lost trust with each other, and you need to rebuild that trust if you're going to succeed at doing anything.